have any opening comments for you, so go ahead.
Coach, how were you impressed with the defense today? A number of opportunities got their hands on the ball.
Yeah, look, I mean, I felt like today there was a little bit of give and take. You know what I mean? And certainly it's kind of what you want. Obviously, when you're the head coach, because you don't want one side of the ball dominating the other. You want to see that there's a little bit of give and take, and that's generally what happens in the better teams that I've been a part of. So yeah, there were some good plays that we made on defense today, but I also felt like there were some things we did well on offense.
Coach, we haven't seen Taysom Hill out here yet. Can we get an update on how he's doing?
He's here rehabbing. You know what I mean? I mean, that's as with anybody that you didn't see out here today, that's where they're at and that's what they're doing.
Coach, you always want to try to build up depth across the board, but medical studies the last 4 or 5 years, tackles, guards get injured more than any other position. Is that something maybe you pay a little bit closer attention to today? Because that 6th and 7th man is eventually going to be a starter.
Yeah, well, look, I think we understand that injuries happen in our game, and certainly we pay attention to the trends. But I also know that this is a contact sport, and those are contact positions, and so sometimes those things are going to happen. And but certainly, that's why football's the ultimate team game, because it is really a war of attrition, and your ability. It's a backup league. The backup players are going to have to play in our league, and they're going to have to play at a high level, and so that's why what our personnel people do, both college and pro, is important.
Coach, looking at the depth now at the punting position, you had Morstead, and they all know about Blake Gillikin now. Well, I seem like it's a diamond in the rough.
Yeah, well, look, I think Daniel had a nice day today. Yeah. He had a nice day. I give Riz and those guys credit. They work extremely hard. In the off season, scouring the college free agent scene to find guys, and I think he's found a couple of guys that are interesting to work with.
DA, can you talk a little bit, I guess, to the longevity of a guy like Mark Ingram playing running back, 12th year in the NFL?
Yeah, it's pretty impressive that a guy can play that position for that long at a high level in our league. So I think it's a credit to him and his work ethic and the way he goes about doing his job.
Coach, you haven't had reviewing the quarterback. At least I know you have 3 out here today. How are you guys doing that on practice? I mean, on the field. I mean, what visions do you see, at least from reviewing the quarterbacks?
Well, I don't know if I quite understand. We have 4 guys on our roster that have quarterback experience, and that's kind of the way I look at it. And then obviously, I think we all understand that Taysom brings an element to the football game as not only a quarterback but as a position player and a special teams player that I think is highly beneficial to us as a team. So I like where we're at the quarterback position. We got 3 guys out here repping it right now, and I think all of them are continuing to improve.
Coach, how do you prepare to handle distractions in general? Like you haven't really had many yet, but do you watch and take note of how Rivera's handling Del Rio or how Sean handled things?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think you're always taking note of how things, get handled. But every situation is different, so it's hard to say, exactly how you would handle, a situation until you're actually there in it. So I try not to live in those hypotheticals. I kind of deal with whatever issues come along as they come along.
What's been your approach with Alvin Kamara?
Control what we control, which we don't have any control over anything right now. So let the legal process play out. Alvin's here. He's working hard. We're planning on having Alvin and being ready to play, and we'll play it day by day.
Gotcha.
What about Will Lutz? What's going on?
He's back out here. He's kicking. He's had a couple of good kicking sessions. Feel good about where he's at. All good, guys? Okay, appreciate it. Yep.
Yes, sir.
No, that's fine. Sorry, I just didn't want to lose twice. I'd given the other guy one.